If you guys like couples gaming channels, then click the link down below. We play Sims over there too, and we would love to see you there. Hey guys, it's Fantayzia, and welcome to another thoughts, info, speculation type of video, same as the last one I did about like an update on babies and all of that. If you guys saw that one, if you didn't, that was a recent video I did if you want to check that out, because there was some pretty interesting tweets that people have been asking the gurus, and they had some interesting answers. So today we are going to kind of continue that, because there was a bunch more tweets. I had gathered a whole bunch of them, but we can't sit here for like hours. So, I picked like some of my favorites for the last video, and then some of the other favorites that I saw for this video. So there's a whole bunch of different topics for this video, guys, and I'm quite excited. The other video made me even more excited because of the babies thing, but this one's pretty exciting too. It's interesting to hear their answers, and I hope they do more. Like, I know they do Q&As all the time on Twitter, but I hope they do them more and more, because it's really interesting to kind of see the gurus' answers, and it kind of gives us hints in a way whether we're going to get things, because usually when we're not going to get it, they just straight up say that. Usually, not always. So you guys, we're heading over to Sim Guru Grant's Twitter, and something I saw here was this question here by Outlaw, and they said, "I'm not saying you are working on one, but if you guys ever decide to introduce a color wheel, might I suggest firmly that it include a field for input, so I can, for example, use the color," and then there's a color code specifically, and not have to try to get a best estimate every time. And then Grant replies saying, "We do not plan to implement a color wheel." So he just straight up says they do not plan to implement a color wheel. So, I mean, maybe things can change. There's always time for change, but right now they do not plan to implement it. So I don't think it's coming. I don't really feel like we'll ever get a color wheel. There's a lot of things in The Sims 4 that remind me of The Sims 2. We never had that in The Sims 2, and I just feel like they go more in the direction of things like that. But of course, trying to make things even better and adding more things and things, But yeah, I don't see us ever getting a color wheel, and I feel like it would be cool to have a color wheel, but I also don't care at the same time. Comment down below if you're someone who has always really wanted a color wheel, or if you don't really care. I'm kind of like half and half, so I've never like really wanted it, but I will say there are certain situations when usually when I'm building, where I'm like, ooh, I wish I could just change the color of this nightstand to perfectly match the wood on the bed frame. Little things like that, but for the most part, I'm okay with it. It usually doesn't bother me when I'm building, and for Create a Sim, I don't really care. I don't know why. It's weird though, because in The Sims 3, I always use the color wheel. It's like, if it's there, I love it. I'll use it. But if it's not there, I don't really care. Like, I don't know. I don't think of it. Okay, so the next tweet I'm actually very excited about. So this tweet comes from Sarah Van Orden, and she says, "I know you can't talk about future content, so I'll talk about the process. Do you think you guys would ever do what you did with the laundry day again, where you asked the community's opinions?" So if you guys don't know, there was a laundry day stuff pack, and basically us as a community got to kind of build that pack. We got to vote, and it was really fun. So the pack was kind of, in the end, built by us. Like, all of us got to like leave our opinions, got to vote on what we liked. We got to pick different things, and so many things that won were included in the pack. So Grant replies saying, "We were super pleased with how that went." So I guess that indicates that that could happen again in the future, which is so exciting. I thought that was such a cool idea and such a cool way to involve the community, so I would love to see them do that again. And then I feel like it's a great way for them to show that they really do want to listen to us and give us things that we're literally asking for by literally voting. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be really cool if they did something like that again. And yeah, we haven't seen a stuff pack in a while, so I don't know if they were to do that again. I'm not sure what it would be for, if they would do it for a stuff pack or what, honestly. Maybe even an expansion pack. Maybe we would vote for certain things, because obviously we wouldn't be able to vote for everything, because expansion packs are huge. But yeah, it's very interesting and awesome that they were pleased with how that went, and we may get to experience that again. All right, you guys. So the next one is from William, and they ask, in your opinion, is 2019 going to be a good year for The Sims 4? So I'm very excited for 2019 with The Sims 4. I think it's going to be amazing. And Grant replies saying, we're going to keep putting our best foot forward and working hard. Some neat stuff planned. What neat stuff? I need to know. I literally just want to go in the new year already. Side note, who's excited for 2019? I've heard so many people say that 2018 was horrible. Some people say it was amazing, but I'm seeing a lot of people say that it was a year of struggles and just stress and everything. So who's excited for 2019? Do you feel like 2019 is going to be a good year? Because I keep seeing people say they just feel it. They feel that it's going to be good. Just in general, not just in The Sims, but like obviously also it seems like it's going to be a good year for The Sims too, which is the topic of this video. So that's awesome. All right, so the next thing I am over the moon for, seems weird, but like I love this and I hope we see it. So Mav and Clyde asks, what cultural place would you want to put in The Sims 4? Like an Indian world, French world, more than Windenburg, etc. And Grant says Africa. So obviously that's like what he would want. But how cool would that be? Oh my god. Like whether, okay, first of all, Africa would look so awesome in the game, I feel like, but whether it's Africa or the places they suggested, Indian world, anything that just, oh, I love that. I love it. Anything that resembles a real life, I almost said world, a real life country just sounds so cool to me, and just culture, and ooh, I love when they put that in the game. Just everything looks so cool to me when they do that. So comment below if you feel that way. I would love to see more of that. We do have like some different worlds that definitely represent different places. But I want to see more. And I just think Africa would look so cool if he had like, if he was able to be like, yes, we're gonna do Africa, let's go. I think that would look so beautiful. So comment down below, what like in real life countries would you like to see in The Sims 4? Comment below. I'm super curious to know. And yeah, it would just be great to see more culture and everything like that, which I know is something they're always trying to add into the game, especially more so now. Like into the 2018, I feel like they've been trying to like add more culture into the game as we go and things like that. Even for like the holiday pack, the free pack, they started like adding more things for people who don't celebrate Christmas, which was great. So hopefully they keep doing that and just we get more like just variety in the different worlds that we can live in. Ooh. That makes me excited. Okay, so the next one kind of is on the same topic as the color wheel, but this is a little bit different because it's not exact same as the color wheel. I mean, it kind of is, but like, I don't know. Like it could be taken two different ways. So Becca asks, any chance of bringing create a style back? It would be useful for making nurseries and toddler rooms. And then of course Grant replies saying, we will not be making it for The Sims 4. So, you know, I mean, color wheel, create a style, it's the same thing, but like I wanted to include this because you never know, like maybe they could, obviously they're not, but it could have been cool even if we didn't get a color wheel, maybe have something where you can like choose. So say like kind of like in The Sims 2. We had something in The Sims 2 where you could pick, for example, a brown wooded bed frame. And then for the sheets, you could pick heart blanket or, I can't even think. You could pick a blue blanket. You could pick like just different patterns or different colors for the same bed frame. You know what I'm saying? In The Sims 4, if you pick a white bed frame with blue bedding, well, that's what you get. You can't grab that same white bed frame and pick purple bedding. You can't do that. But in The Sims 4, you can. So it would be kind of cool to be able to do something like that at least, even if we don't get like an actual create a style or color wheel. Comment down below if you feel that way. I feel like it would be awesome just to be able to pick and choose things in that sense. Okay, so the next topic has to do with disabilities. So I don't know if you guys know, you guys probably know because it was like a big discussion not long ago, and everyone actually thought we were going to get it in the free update we recently got, but we didn't. So there was like a big, just everyone was talking about it, about getting disabilities in The Sims 4. everyone thought, or a lot of people thought, we were potentially going to get it in the free update that came. And it's something that they've said could happen. So they've said that it's like a possibility. I don't know if it'll actually happen though. So, basically because they've considered it, then someone here named Daniel asked if y'all consider adding disabilities, will people who own Sims for pets be able to use their dogs and foxes as service animals? And then Grant replies saying probably not, as it would only work for people who own cats and dogs. And you guys know there was a big dilemma with My First Pet stuff because you needed cats and dogs. So I think they've definitely learned from that and they're not going to do that again. However, I do think service animals would be really, really cool if we ever get disabilities. But I understand why they wouldn't do that, because it would cause a lot of just ruckus in the Sims community, because, you know, some people will not have cats and dogs and then they won't get that part of it, and that's lame. So I'm happy that he actually said probably not, because we don't want to go through that again, the whole like situation of the way My First Pet stuff was. They definitely know that was like a bad move on their end. So yeah, if we ever get disabilities in the game, we will not be seeing service animals. However, I think it would be, like, I really hope they do add disabilities. It's really something we need in the game. I feel like being a storyteller with my Let's Plays, and so many of us are storytellers with our Let's Plays, or even if you play on your own, you tell your own stories, you know? I used to do that even before I started Let's Plays, and it's kind of sometimes hard to make it seem like you're like, if you have some type of storyline of a sim that has a disability, sometimes it's really hard to like make it actually seem real, you know what I mean? So like sometimes I'll be planning a storyline and there'll be a sim that like some type of story that I think of, and that, like, you know, I have a disability in mind for one of them, and it's like I don't really know how to go about it to make it seem like it's like actually happening, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing in the game to make it like seem like they're going through that, and like, you know. So the only thing I've been able to do and make it actually like work is, so it would be really awesome if we actually got that added in the game in a free update. That would be amazing. I think that would just add so much more to storytelling, you know, so much more variety of the different kinds of Sims you can make for your stories. All right, so then now we have something that Sim Guru Graham answered. So Golden Buffy says, I know mum's the word, but I was just thinking, is there any way possible that you guys could bring back the option to listen to skill via earbuds and gain a skill, similar to how we could in the Sim, or how we can in The Sims 3. So if you guys don't know, we could do that in The Sims 3, which was always super cool. And Graham says, I'd rate it as fairly unlikely that we go back and add a new functionality to that object. So if you guys don't know, with the fitness pack, we already got earbuds. So I think that's what he's referring to. And because it's already in the game, they usually don't go back and change it, especially because it came with a pack. So once the pack is made, welp, too late. So, you know, I don't think that's coming. It would be super cool, and maybe we'll get something in the future that just something the Sims can bring around and like learn skills. I don't know, something they can listen to, who knows, but it's definitely not going to be added to earbuds. All right, so another question for Graham. Ash Tastic Sims says, heyo, just curious if possible to turn off the curtain flow animation as an option. We can't open windows, which I prefer, but the curtains moving drives me crazy. Where is the air coming from? True, where is the air coming from? So Graham replies saying, sorry, it bugs you. Think it's unlikely to change. It isn't actually an animation playing on the object, which would be relatively simple to disable, but a shader that causes them to look like they're moving would require a reauthoring those objects. I totally just read that wrong. So it's not like actually moving, it's just a shader that makes it look like it. So I definitely see where he's coming from, and so that's not changing. Personally, that doesn't bother me at all. I never even notice it. However, she mentions like we can't open the windows, which she prefers, but then she says, where's the air coming from? And comment below if you want to open your Sims windows, because I actually do. So I actually would want them to be able to open and close them. I don't think that's ever going to happen because they'd have to redo all of the windows, but that would be so cool. Then you don't need a thermostat, okay? You don't have to have a thermostat in all of your Sims houses because you don't always want that. You know, it's not everyone has that. So it'd be really cool if it's a hot day to open up the window and then you got like breeze coming in and the Sim feels cooler if they're like really hot. That would be so cool. So cool. And then if it's winter outside, you open the windows, the Sims will get cold. I love that. I don't think we're ever getting that, but that would be super neat. And you guys, last but not least, another question for Graham. So, Nina Brown, I don't know if I'm saying that right. She says, will we ever be able to have more than 8 Sims without mods in the future? I miss my pets. And Graham replies saying, I'd say it's fairly unlikely that we'll raise the per household Sim gap. So, that kind of sucks. However, I do understand. We've always been able to have like 8 Sims. It's nothing really something I'd expect to change. It would be cool though. You know what's weird? The only time I've ever really wanted to have more than 8 Sims is when I was filming the first episode of The Hookup, which is my new machinima series, and I wanted more Sims in the household that I could like control for the scenes. I know I could like switch back and forth. They don't need to all be in the household, you know, but I was like, that'd be really nice right now to be able to have like 12 Sims in my household. So that I can add even more characters, which I still can. I could just switch back and forth. You know, it's not that big of a deal. I can still do it, but it'd be cool to like have them all in there at once and I can just like film all the clips I need to film, you know? Other than that though, I've never really had a problem with 8 Sims per household, and I know you can get a mod, but that mod can cause a lot of issues, so I don't want to deal with it. But you guys, that is the end of this one here, the Q&A session from the gurus, I guess. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these like news, info, speculation type videos. What do you guys think of all this? Are you bummed about some of it? Are you excited about some of it? I just got really excited about like Sim Guru Graham saying he wants to see Africa in the game, because I'm like, what's going to be the next world? I'm so curious. I'm so curious. I really want another like world that's the size of Windenburg, but I don't know if that's going to happen because of what Sim Guru Kate said recently, I think she said. I don't know. There was a whole reasoning as to why Del Sol Valley is small, so I'm not really sure, but we'll see what the future holds. Anyways, you guys, comment down below your thoughts and everything like that in the comments down below. And yeah, I loved seeing you guys discuss things in the comments for the video about improvements on babies and stuff like that. That was so cool. I loved replying to you guys and hearing your thoughts and hearing what you guys want for babies and all of that. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. So you guys, comment down below your thoughts on this one. And of course, comment down below things that you want in the game, as always. Even if it has nothing to do with what we just discussed here, if there's something you want, comment down below. If you have some ideas that maybe I've never thought of, I would love to hear them. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all having an amazing, amazing day. And don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
And I can promise Santa's coming to visit.